Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Today's Sunday in the UK and it is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to everyone who's celebrating that today. The weather out here right now is super sunny, as you can just see through the background there. It's been sort of a bit grey on and off, a few showers, but next week we are supposed to have a high of 24 degrees, I think, in the northeast, which is kind of unheard of. It's always so gloomy up here a lot of the time, so that'll be super nice, and maybe we'll have a barbecue or something like that. Alex gets his new car next week, which is also super good. And what else have I got to talk to you about? Well, a few things actually. I had somebody on one of my old videos moaning. I shouldn't really give them the time of day really, but I was sort of putting some odd comments under one of my grocery haul videos. I don't really understand what I did that was wrong, apart from mention that some of my items were damaged. So if you don't like that, you know, you don't have to watch my videos, do you? So it's just all really, really strange. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, so it's supposed to be really nice weather next week. And did anybody see all the tweets that Shane Dawson put out on Saturday evening, so last night? So when I get this up, it might be a few days delayed, but did any of you guys see this about basically he is done with the beauty community, he's done with the drama? What do you think? I mean, to be honest with you, now, do I think his judgment has maybe been clouded by the money and who he's been surrounding himself with, possibly, to do with this conspiracy palette he put out, all that merch and stuff like that? 100%. I think he's been saying that he's always been, you know, interested in makeup and stuff like that. We never heard him being interested in makeup before the whole conspiracy palette and series with Jeffree Star came about, did we? So I think it was just a bit of a money grab, to be honest with you, and I don't mean that in a horrible way. It was a business decision, shall I say. It's a business decision. And I think that him creating a palette would be great. I think obviously him creating a palette would come off great with a series. And obviously we all know that the series that Shane Dawson does, or the series he does, if that's even a word, you know, are pretty good. And the series was great, wasn't it? But he's now saying he's done with it, all the drama, yada, yada, yada. And it does seem now that he's done his palette, he's got his restock launch done and dusted, and that's it. So to be honest with you, it doesn't really surprise me too much. I think his judgment has been clouded by money and the people he surrounds himself with, likes of Jeffree Star and stuff like that. But Chatty Westbrook, how do I say her name? Is it Tatty or Tati? Tati Westbrook is apparently going to be dropping like an expose video on, I think, Jeffree and Shane. I don't know. I'm waiting to see if this happens because I'd like to have a chat about it. But who knows if this is going to happen. It's just all hearsay at the moment. But there'll be no reason. Somebody must have had a tip off to know that this was coming out, you know, to get like people ready to watch. I know how all these drama channels kind of work. So somebody must know something. But anyway, we will see, won't we? We will see. So what am I doing for the rest of today? Not too much, to be honest with you. I'm going to cook dinner. And we had some more, you know, I said to you the other day, we had some more garden furniture delivered. Going to put it together. We have done that, so I'll try and show you that if I can. And I'm going to show you a few little bits of my garden. We've been growing some sort of vegetables and stuff like that, so they're starting to grow now, so that's good. But everything's been so wet last week here in the northeast. It has been absolutely gloomy, horrible, yucky, so really, really not nice here. But I want to also give you another update on my Disney holiday. When I spoke to you last week, we actually obviously had to postpone it, hoping that we could maybe go back in 2021. We've actually now had to cancel the whole video, what am I talking about? The whole holiday, unfortunately, because Disney at the moment are only offering you certain dates to book, and those aren't the dates we want to book in or are able to book into. So we're waiting to get a refund through Virgin. We would love to be able to just, you know, go on the dates we want to go, but at the minute it just doesn't seem feasible because of all the restrictions due to coronavirus. And if you're spending tens of thousands of pounds on holiday, you want to have a good experience. At the moment, all the restrictions in place for us, the experience is not going to be a good one. And like I said, Disney World, Florida is a really, really expensive trip. It's really, really expensive. So I just don't think it's worth the money at the moment. It really, really isn't. But you never know. I have a feeling we could maybe rebook next year once everything is hopefully settled down. But until some of the restrictions are eased, we will not be booking. And it's not even a mask thing that bothers me at all. It's everything else. So the restrictions of when you have to reserve your park booking. You have to reserve a time for each day. So basically you need to get in, once you've decided you're going, you need to get in contact with Disney and tell them which parks for which days of the week you're going to be going. That's a lot to have to be very regimented for these days of of your holiday. There's no flexibility there. You have to get there a certain time and you have to get there on a certain date. I don't think you can change that once it's booked in, and it's not even necessarily guaranteed. You have to request it, and then they have to authorise it. So you could be waiting a while. No dining plan. So once you're in there, you only can have the sort of to-go kind of service, which is fine. But the dining plan does make it a lot cheaper for people, and they're not going to be doing that. So we had the deluxe dining plan, so that was half the reason we were going to be staying on site with the deluxe dining plan. And if that's not there, we're not going to do it. We could still possibly go, maybe stay somewhere else, because staying on site on Disney isn't the be all and end all if you can't do the dining plan. If we were going to do the dining plan, obviously you have to stay on site anyway, but it's 100% worth it. The food at Disney World is fantastic. I've been 3 times before and it is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Especially if you haven't got children and you can reserve all your spaces and stuff like that, you can get such fantastic food. But none of it's there. There's no fireworks, there's no parades, there's no character meet and greets. I don't think there's any fast passes, anything like that. But where there's going to be so many less people in the park, it doesn't really matter as much, because I think it's not going to be an issue. But at the moment, we can't but we can't justify spending that amount of money and not getting a good experience. So I just thought I'd show you outside a little bit. It's nothing fancy outside in my garden. It's just I wanted to show you the couple of plants with planting and stuff like that. So let me just show you. So we finally got all of our garden furniture and stuff put up. We need to put the cushions out and stuff, but now that is done. But I also wanted to show you some of my little veggies we've got grown and stuff. We need to cut the grass and need to sort the garden out. It's a bit of a disaster, but let me just show you some of the little veggies that we've got growing. So here we have strawberry plants, and we have some other veggies growing here. Now, I can't remember what any of these are. I think these are chilies. I'm not too sure what that is. Here's my little pink birdie. And I think, I'm not too sure what this is now either. I can't remember if it's peppers or chilies, but we've got some stuff growing here. Unfortunately, the slugs now have got some of the bits. And I think these here, sorry, you can see all the leaves down there, I'm not too sure what they are. I think it might be a cucumber or courgette. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. As you can see here, we've got some raspberries, and we've got to have this up here in a minute, this little bit of wood, because basically every time there's any little bit of wind, our greenhouse here, it's our little greenhouse, tends to want to fall over. So I thought I'd just sit out here and chill in the garden and sort of chat to you guys. As you can see, our grass really needs cutting. We had such bad rain last week. Rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. And now we need to cut the grass. So we're going to probably do that this week. Alex has got somebody coming tomorrow to clean our car, or his car, sort of clean it up, because he's doing like a part exchange with the new car, which we're getting in the week. So we've got somebody coming around at 8 o'clock in the morning. And it looks like it is to be announced that all hairdressers and stuff can actually open again from the 4th of July. I don't know about you, that makes me super happy, but I can imagine the backlog is going to be so long. It's going to be so long, isn't it? My roots are crazy, as you can see out here, but they are super long. But if I have to wait, I have to wait. I would not even attempt to do it myself. So another thing I actually wanted to chat to you all about is, do any of you guys, or have any of you guys heard of any antibody tests being done for if you've had coronavirus? Now, I think I actually have had coronavirus. I think I had it, and I think I gave it to Alex. I'm not too sure if he gave it to anyone else, but I work in a finance office, and it's not anymore, was a hot desking environment, and I actually do believe I caught coronavirus there. I could be wrong because there's always so many bugs going around, isn't there? So I could be wrong. However, I just want to talk to you about what all of my symptoms were and stuff. So, right, okay. I think I had coronavirus in very, very end of February. I think it was the last week of February. What happened was I was at work and I suddenly started to feel poorly. You know, I had like, started to feel like I was getting a temperature, you know, that temperature in the chills kind of thing. So I started to feel like that. And then I came home, went to bed for a bit or lay down, had chills, feeling hot and cold. And then I'd say the next morning, I got like a severe, dry, nasty cough, which hung around for about, it must have hung around for at least 2 months. I could not get rid of it, and I had really bad pains in my chest. It felt as if somebody was sitting on my chest. It was absolutely horrendous. I felt out of breath, lethargic. I'd say for a whole week, I was super poorly. I was ill, I'd say, probably for 2 weeks, but ill enough that I couldn't really go out to the shops or anything like that for the first week. And then I think Alex then caught it off me within like 24 hours or so. I'm not too sure, it's a little while ago now, but obviously there's no antibody testing or anything available at the moment. So I was wondering, does anyone know if they're going to bring out any antibody tests in the UK? Because I think I've had it. I know that doesn't mean you're immune, don't get me wrong, but I would actually just be kind of, God, look at this grass, my gosh, we really need to cut the grass. But I was just wondering if any of you guys knew if they're going to bring out any antibody testing, or I don't think anybody's going to know. But I know they had antibody tests in Superdrug and then they took them down really, really fast. Does anybody know if they're going to be bringing out any kind of antibody testing in the UK at any point? Just because I think I've had coronavirus. I think I had coronavirus. I'm 99% sure I had it, and then I think I gave it to Alex. So what happened is it got to the point that my chest pain, that was so bad, I didn't go to the doctors or anything because I thought it was just flu, but it was so bad, it was getting to the point, Alex said I sounded so awful, he was going to force me to go to the doctors or take me to the hospital to accident emergency because it was getting so bad. But I'm not one of these people who will just rush to the hospital or doctors. I hate going. And then literally a day afterwards, Alex got it. Now, Alex recovered really quick. I'd say within a week. For me, it took, because my health, my medical history, I guess it just took me so much longer. I was super poorly for, I'd say, 2 weeks. And the cough and the chest pain, I'd say the cough lasted months and months and months and months. And I'm still not 100% better, and we're now nearly in July. Has anyone else had problems who thinks they've had coronavirus and not recovered properly? Also, straight after I stopped, I didn't have because I thought it was the flu. I had to go to the doctors again. No, not again, I had to go to the doctors for, basically, I had a possible stomach ulcer, acid reflux, and I get acid reflux quite rarely. It's not I don't get it, I do, but once every year, once every 2 years. And it was literally about a week after I felt like I recovered from coronavirus, for supposed, maybe possible coronavirus, I had this terrible stomach pain. Not stomach pain, like chest pain, and basically sort of reflux symptoms, and I was on medication for that. And then I'm now on other steroid medication for something else, and I'm just wondering, people don't seem to be listening to me when I go to the doctors, and if I say to them, well, not been in, I've had to fill out the forms online, but I don't think anyone's actually listening to me when I'm saying to them, look, I think I've had coronavirus. It's just like, what can we do? Has anyone else been in this situation? Please let me know, because I do believe I've had it and I still have possible issues because of it. But don't get me wrong, I'm so much better than I was now. But it just seems weird that even if it was a stomach ulcer, could it have been caused by the coronavirus or something like that? I guess I don't know enough about it yet to answer that question.